Hey guys, it's JH. Welcome to Practice Tee. And we're trying a couple of different audio things today, guys, because it's so windy and it's just been killing the audio lately. So we've got a static microphone here, so I'll just have to talk up a little bit. But generally speaking, guys, the standard protocol, or the final protocol, is still in place relative to saying that it's the final protocol for now. There will be an evolution of it going forward, clearly, but I don't want people to have too many things to take on board while they're trying to get themselves au fait with the general or the generalities of the CEO protocol. Now, we know what the basic stuff is, which is what I ran over in the last video. Just a couple of things, guys, that are intrinsic to the foundation and the mechanics of channel lock anyway. And one of the things that I do, and I really feel for me it's an absolute must in a foundation, is clearly I want my shoulders closed when I hit the golf ball, because if we don't have them closed we can't swing beside the body and we can't swing in the channel as such. But the commitment and the emphasis to actually keeping the shoulders closed, for me, is a must. To the extent that I feel like this, guys, when I hit the ball. When I hit the ball, I feel like that. I feel like these are still pointing over there, and the club is going past me this way. Which is what we talked about, the wall, that we talk about hitting the wall, or the channel block. We never ever want any feeling that the shoulders rotate. We don't want any feeling that the body rotates in channel lock per se. It will, because you'll have an unloading of energy in the golf swing and momentum, which is going to take you through. And you don't want to choke that off, because that can be detrimental to the golf swing, and it can be detrimental to you physically. And you don't want to check up the golf swing. So what I mean by really focusing on staying closed, guys, is I feel like that. As I'm hitting it, I feel there. I feel like my weight is throwing there. It throws over there, like behind me and away. There. It's almost as if I had a ratchet in my spine. And when I took it to here, that ratchet stays there, and my shoulders are ratcheted up, and my arms come down against ratcheted up shoulders, or shoulders that are held in place. Oh, this wind is unbelievable. Are held in place in a formation so that the arms can actually swing away from the shoulder joints on the downswing. That's the secret of channel lock, a free arm swing, guys. We don't want any interruption to the free arm swing from the top of the golf swing down to the golf ball and into out across the target line. We don't want any interruption to that with the body getting in the way. Wow, it's like 60 k's in, maybe 70. I mean, that's in the ground 6 inches. We're trying to blow it out. Crazy weather we got there. So the audio is going to be crazy. So I'm going to have to do most of the talking here and then go over here and hit the shot. Well, what I'm trying to get across, guys, is this: that if we're looking up the line here and I'm coming into the ball, I want to be here. I want to be facing that way. If I had a stake through me here, the stake would be facing that way as my arms are coming into the ball. The stake wouldn't be moving this way. The stake would be pointing that way as my arms are swinging down. Here. We don't want that stake that's through our chest here moving that way. The stake is always pointing that way. Now that really is so important if you want to have a free arm swing off your shoulder joints, off the fulcrums for your arm swings. Here. We don't want to move these fulcrums forward too much. once we're coming down, we want to keep that fulcrum in place, and we want to keep this fulcrum in place. And by keeping the trail fulcrum in place, which is the trail shoulder, we can then straighten that trail arm. You watch this. If I'm here, I'm closed, and this trail shoulder is a long way away, I can straighten that trail arm. I can straighten it. Yet if I rotate that shoulder and I bring that fulcrum forward, I can't straighten that arm, because I brought the fulcrum too close to the ball. And if you can't straighten your trail arm on the downswing, guys, you just don't take advantage of that lever that you're creating by the folding of the forearm through the elbow joint. In the backswing, you're not taking advantage of that if you can't straighten that lever in the downswing. Essentially, we want this. We want it here, and we want to straighten it here. There's no point in having that accumulation there, or the benefit of that lever if we don't use it. And the reason you can't use it in the conventional golf swing, guys, is you get to here, in the conventional golf swing we move the shoulder forward here, and it's too far forward, and that's why you see in a conventional golf swing the trail arm is always bent at impact, with the exception of long drive guys. The long drive guys play the ball way up here, and they stay way back here, so they fire their trail arm and they extend it, and they know that that's where maximum power is derived, by the straightening of that trail arm. But that's just another mechanical facet. So the point here, guys, is that A, we want to feel on the downswing that we're staying here. Now by staying here, that will actually force the weight vertically down into that trail foot as well. What I feel like actually in the golf swing is this. You see how I'm channel blocked here, guys? This hasn't gone over here. It hasn't moved around here, because this is staying back here. It's staying back there. I want to keep my shoulders as shut as I possibly can on the downswing. And you'll know when it's shut, guys, when you get that formation in your lead arm. When your shoulders roll, this arm will get low and the club will finish around here. But when you've kept your shoulders closed through the ball, you'll get this lead shoulder coming up, the trail shoulder staying down, and this lead arm blocking. Chicken winging, if you will. But that's how you'll see it, and that's how you'll know it, and that's how you'll identify it, by the look of that arm. That's how it'll happen. So here, in the backswing, once we've set up here, we've taken the club to here, we want to stay here and fire the club there. All this is pointing over there. Now the longer the club, guys, the more important that is. Very important to do that the longer the club, because there's more momentum, and of course there is more momentum, there's more propensity for that momentum to work on the shoulders and want to roll the shoulders. So you really have to physically, and when I say we want the shoulders closed, and how do you do it? You've just got to do it. You have to physically think about it, and you have to physically do it. There it is there, guys. That's a beautiful shot. See here? That's that formation. That's how you get it. And it'll feel like there's no rotation in the golf swing at all. Like zero. It'll feel like that. And we don't want to have any rotation in the golf swing as a feeling. guys, see, I can actually look through my arms here, because my arms are still in front of my body here. They haven't wrapped over, they haven't gone around my body, they're here. If I brought my arms up here, that's where they are at address, and that's where they are when I finish. I can actually look through them. I haven't rolled them over. And of course that means that the club face is just dead square when I hit it. Absolutely dead square. Okay guys, that's just, we'll call that, you know, really deliberately thinking about and physically keeping the shoulders closed, keeping these two fulcrums here, the shoulder fulcrums in place while the arms move away from them. Very important part of channel lock. Very important. Okay guys, I'm just going to, a bit of rain coming in, I'll just cut here for a moment, then I'll come back and I'll talk about something else, an alternative in terms of your pivot point for channel lock, where you can still, for guys that have a bit of trouble with the trail axis, I'll show you how you can utilise the lead axis.